Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Saya sering mendengar ceramah dari Ustadz Dr. Zakir Naik. Banyak orang yang suka, pasti kemungkinan mereka suka karena cara menyampaikan, memberi pemahaman ke orang. To the point, we already know in Al-Quran there is the ayat explained to the umat Islam to choose the Muslim leader. Many ayat that we know, but in Indonesia, because Indonesia still the system is still democracy, so the enemy of Islam said that we have election, not choose the leader for the Islam, not choose the leader for Muslim organization, but we choose the leader for Bandung, we choose leader for Jakarta. So I want to know from your opinion or from your understanding about the ayat, we choose the leader in Islam. The ayat explain which Muslim we should choose the leader same religion. That means my question is Allah said to us to choose the how to say, you choose the, bahasa mudanya gini bang. Jadi kita itu kita itu milih pemimpin itu ada yang bilang kita itu suruh, karena kita di Al-Quran suruh milih pemimpin yang same religion, tapi ada orang yang memutarbalikan fakta atau memutarbalikan ayat. Kita itu milih bukan untuk milih pemimpin agama, tapi kita itu milih untuk pemimpin daerah gitu. Jadi bagaimana menjelaskan yang mudah bagi orang lain. Mungkin itu aja, terima kasih.
There was a question asked to me in the morning by the press about Surah Al Maidah chapter 5 verse 51. Are you referring to that? Let me tell you, brother, this ayat does not specifically talk about leaders. This ayat talks about awliya. Awliya. And this awliya does include leader, but does not only talk about leader. This verse of the Quran clearly states, Surah Maidah chapter 5 verse 51, that, O you who believe, do not take the Jews or Christians as awliya. Awliya means friend or protector. Doesn't mean, it includes leader, but does not mean leader only, please. Awliya doesn't mean leader only. Awliya can be a leader, but awliya means a friend or a protector. And every leader has to be a protector, but every protector is not a leader. So it's more broad-based. It's not specifically talking about leaders only. The Quran says, Ya alladhina amanu, O you who believe, do not take the Jews or the Christians as your awliya, as your friend or protectors or helpers, because they are helpers to themselves only. And if you take, and Allah continuing, if you take them as awliya, as from protectors, then you will be one of them. But this verse is there in the Quran. The best commentary of the Quran is the Quran itself. Number one. Second commentary is commentary from the Sahih Hadith. But the best commentary of the Quran is the Quran itself. What do the other verses say? The next best commentary is what the Sahih Hadith of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says. And then you can go on other things. So when we read the other verses of the Quran which are more specific, many verses are there. Time will not permit me to speak about it. I'll just mention a few. If you read the Quran says in Surah Imran chapter 3, verse number 28, that do not, let not the believers take for awliya, again, take for friends or helpers or protectors, unbelievers in preference of believers. Allah is telling, let not the believers take for awliya, the friends or helpers or protectors, unbelievers in preference of believers. That means if you have two choices, there's a believer, unbeliever, for protection. See, acquaintanceship, no problem. You can be acquainted with a non-Muslim, with a Hindu, with a Christian, no problem. You can help them, no problem. Islam is good, you should help your non-Muslim friends, no problem. But he is talking about protector or helper. So let not the believers take for protectors or helpers unbelievers, the mushrikeen or kuffar, in preference to the believers. And anyone who does that will not receive the help of Allah, unless by way of guidance. So Allah says, if you take any unbeliever, mushrikeen, kuffar, in preference of believer, Allah will not help you except in way of guidance. Very clear cut. There are many verses. Quran says in Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse number 144. Allah says, Ya alladhina amanu, O you believe, do not take for awliya, again, same verse, friends, helpers, protectors, unbelievers in preference of believers. If you do this, then you're directly going against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very clear cut. Again Surah Al Maidah chapter 5 verse number 80. Many verses. Many verses are there, all of them are very clear cut and explicit. There's no two doubt about it. And you see in the seerah of the Prophet, all this is there. Yes, that doesn't mean that you should be rude to the non-Muslim. That does not mean you should attack the non-Muslim. Quran is very clear cut in Surah Mumtahina chapter number 60 verse number 8. That Allah forbids you from being unjust to the unbelievers, to the mushrikeens, to the kafirs. Forbids you from being unjust, as long as they do not drive you out of your home or are not fighting you against your religion. But the next verse says, Surah Mumtahina chapter 60 verse number 9, but if the unbelievers drive you out of your home, fight your religion, Allah forbids you from being good to them. So otherwise you have to be good to the kuffar, you have to be good to the non-Muslim, whether they be Christian, whether they be Hindu, and I'm also very good to them. And most of them are good to me. Most of the non-Muslims love me. It is the politicians who have a problem, and the leaders of the non-Muslim religion. They fear that they will lose their flock. Most of the non-Muslims love me, but the leaders think, oh, no, Zakir will, take them away. So they are more bothered about their chair. So this was in short about the explanation of Surah Maidah and the other verses. Hope that answers the question.
Kalau bisa memilih pemimpin yang muslim itu akan Oke, jadi jawabannya adalah apabila ada pilihan mana yang lebih baik, tentu saja pemimpin yang seiman. Kemudian beliau juga mengatakan bahwa Tuhan melarang kita berbuat yang tidak adil kepada non-muslim selama mereka tidak mengusir kita dari rumah. Itu tersebut dalam Al-Quran. Bahkan kita juga harus berbuat baik sesama non-muslim juga. Bahkan di negara saya itu non-muslim itu justru mencintai saya, akan tetapi para pemimpin politik, para pimpinan negara itu justru yang membenci saya, tapi rakyatnya sebagian besar mencintai saya.
Please. So the 5 minutes was just in about half a minute.
Permasalahan adalah bukan arti auliyahnya, tapi lebih daripada itu. Memang yang dipertengkarkan, dipermasalahkan saat ini adalah arti daripada aulia yang punya lebih daripada satu. Ya, bukan hanya pemimpin, tetapi juga teman, tapi juga pelindung dan lain sebagainya. Jadi itu yang ingin jelaskan. Tapi yang bertanya kan lain yang dimaksudkan. Nah, untuk itu ini memang harus sudah dipahami, MUI sebagai lembaga keagamaan dan payung dan serta tenda umat Islam di Indonesia tidak mempermasalahkan tentang tafsir daripada aulia. Tapi yang kita permasalahkan adalah kata-kata ayat 51 atau ayat 51 yang digunakan untuk membohongi. Itu yang kita permasalahkan. Ya.